The Underground Railroad. What was it? Was it code that slaves used? Was it a series of underground tunnels? Was it a movement? What about all the above? The Underground Railroad was a secret route of safe houses and tunnels that were used like safe houses for the slaves to go in and stay if they needed to, if they were running away slaves. So it was used from 1810 to 1860, which is actually when the Civil War started. So that's one of the reasons the Civil War started. They were used by escaping slaves, so people that would try to run away from their captors, they would have to go to these safe houses so that they couldn't they didn't get caught by their captors. Also, Harriet Tubman was like a huge part of the Underground Railroad. She was a huge help in this whole Underground Railroad thing. She helped hundreds of thousands of slaves get free, actually. And she would help them get to the north, to all the way to Canada, which is where they were going to be freed. So that pretty much sums up the Underground Railroad for you. This is just Editor Zach here, but just wanted to say that my neighbor's house, I kind of forgot to mention this. My neighbor's house was actually like one of the safe houses of the Underground Railroad. It's like a little kind of cool piece of information, but there's actually like a tunnel that goes down in their basement. It starts in their basement and it goes down across the road and into like the middle of a field. But yeah, I just figured I should give you that little piece of information before I move on to the Fugitive Slave Act. And finally, your last piece is the Fugitive Slave Act. The Fugitive Slave Act was a law passed, it doesn't say the time, a law passed regarding escaped slaves, meaning if a slave escaped from the South, the North would have to bring them back to their captors in the South. So, the North, of course, didn't follow this, because the North obviously disagreed with slavery, being one of the main reasons that the Civil War started. So they didn't agree with it. This eventually led to the Underground Railroad, which is what I just told you about in the past video. And Harriet Tubman was actually a huge part of the Underground Railroad, as I said in that other piece. And finally, the Fugitive Slave Act persisted until the beginning of the Civil War, which started on June 28th, 1864. So that anniversary is coming up fast. And that's about all for the for the Fugitive Slave Act. It has been a crazy colonial year. But honestly, I've enjoyed every single second of it. So thank you so much for everything you've done, everything you've taught me, everything you've assigned me, everything you've done to make this year a great year for me. I want to deeply thank you for everything you've done, and I hope you have a wonderful summer.